Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. Now today we're working with this classic Christmas tree from the Timeless Tree collection. I've got some Spellbinders paper here that I'm going to be working with, and we're going to make a Christmas tree card. So this Christmas tree has 3 layers. You've got like the shadow layer, and then you've got like the branches, and then you've got some filler. And so I'm going to use these 3 colors here. I thought it would be kind of a fun color scheme to use to die cut these out and create this tree. So this, I believe this collection is by Simon Hurley. And it has several pieces in it. And I will be bringing that to my channel as well. But today we'll just be using this. And I think we're going to use his 3D embossing folder called Bark as well. But there are several cute different trees and dies that go along with this Timeless Tree collection. We've got a mantle set that's going to be fun to work with. I'll be working with that soon. So I just did my branches here on Dahlia, is what this cardstock is. I'm going to save each of those that I die cut these out because we've got some gifts that go with this Christmas tree, and so we'll use these scraps of this paper to die cut out the gifts as well. So I am showing you all the die cutting for this card today, and it goes pretty quickly. It is a little bit longer video because I left a lot of it in and didn't cut out a lot, but hopefully you'll have time to follow along until the end. So I'm just cutting that down. The A2 size paper is just too big to run through the little scout, and we'll use the scraps, so it'll be okay. And I kind of made this kind of late in the day on Saturday after the live that I was on with LV Handcrafted and friends, her Crafty Fun with Friends. We did an MCA, which is Mystery Craft Along, and we did best of. Instead of just having a mystery, that we chose our favorites and then crafted with them. So I did a faux stepper card. If you didn't catch it, it's over on LV's channel, and it was fun. I made 3 of them on that live, and it was really fun. But when I got done, I realized I don't have a video for my channel for tomorrow, so I got to get something made. So my husband was working on something for his U.S. track and field. I don't know. They do tests. They have to do tests, take tests, and recertify and all this stuff. And so he was working on that. So I was like, well, I'll just get this card made and get it ready for my channel for tomorrow. So we kind of had a little bit of a busy weekend. We went to dinner with our friends to our favorite wing place and had a ball with them. And then we went back when we was dropping them off. We stayed at their house and played euchre. And the boys had been kind of whining because the last couple times we'd played, us girls had won. So they actually won on Friday night. So they were happy about that. And then Saturday, we had planned on going to vote, and our daughter had called. They were wanting to go vote, so they brought the boys over so they could go vote, and it actually took them 3 hours to get through the line. And then, so the plans that we had, we were going to vote and then go grab some breakfast, and we weren't able to do that, so I actually wound up having to feed the kids lunch. It took so long, and I grabbed a salad, and then we went to vote, and it took us 2 hours and 5 minutes. So a lot of my day was eaten up with voting activities. So then I got back. I was like, I got to get back in time to get ready for this live. And so I got back in time for that and did the live. And then I thought, oh no, I don't have a card for tomorrow. So I was going to go ahead and get that done. So I'm just using washi tape there to hold the dies down. I ran out of my best ever craft tape, and so I'm just using that. And I brought some silver in for like that. It's kind of like a tin type thing that you set your Christmas trees in, and so I brought silver in. Now here I've decided I want a two-tone base, but I want, and I'm just going to glue it. I thought I was going to tape it, but I just got, but I want to emboss it. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to glue it down this teal on my white paper, and then it's a hammer mill cardstock, and then I'll emboss it together. So that's what I'm going to do. I can't think of the color of this. The other darker color is called Lagoon, and I can't think of the color of this, but I will link everything in the description box below. My card base was larger than my panel there, so I trimmed it down, and then I'm going to bring in that Bark 3D embossing folder from Simon Hurley, and we're going to get this embossed. And those two pieces of cardstock just meshed together. I mean, it looks seamless. I mean, it really does. So I was real happy with that. So I'm going to bring in a card base and get it laid down on there. And I'll actually wind up cutting this apart because I lay it with the white at the top and the teal at the bottom. And then later, as I'm working with my tree, I decide I want the white at the bottom and the teal at the top. So I'll actually cut it apart. So it's going to be a good, strong card base because we're going to have 2 layers of 110-pound hammer mill on the back of it after I cut it apart. Actually 3, because then we'll lay it down on another hammer mill cardstock. So it's going to be a solid card. And I'm going to bring in some of these Love from Lizzie strips. I had these teal, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of put them between the collars. Just add a little shine to our card. And it's actually Sunday morning that I'm doing this voiceover, so I am enjoying my coffee. Got up early so that I could get this voice overdone, which I always get up early, so I intend to sleep in every day, but I get up early every day. Just kind of how it works. My body's in its own rhythm. So we'll just trim this off. And I just needed to snip a little bit more, and I'm just pressing. Hopefully it'll lay all right on the embossed and stay down. I didn't think about that when I grabbed them. So I've got all my tree bits here, and I'm just going to poke all the little bits and pieces out of there, and I'm just kind of dry fitting this, trying to see how it all comes together. It's the first time using it. Usually when I work with my product on my videos, it is the first time I've used it, because if I'm going to work with something, I turn the video on. When you do videos every day on your channel, you pretty much have to record everything you do. Now, I did have the pleasure of making a card the other day without videoing. I'm doing a holiday retreat video for Craft and Kimmy. She does a retreat in which she sells a kit, and then she does videos or lives or whatever for the people that buy the kits so they can work with them. And she's already sold out, and so we're beginning preparation for the retreat. And so I was able to make my card for that without videoing it, which I am going to have to do either a video or a live for that. But I built the card, actually 3 cards, off camera, and it was kind of fun to just sit and craft and not worry about, the video and everything. Which is what I should do anyway. I should just turn it on and just not pay any attention to it. But I'm always thinking about length and, what I want to leave in, what I want to take out, and everything. But for the retreat, I had to do detailed instructions for it. And so I've got the 3 cards made, and then I've got my exact instructions. So it'll be very easy to do the live or the video because I'll just follow my step-by-step instructions, and I don't have to think, do I add this or that, or this color, that color? Do I embellish here or there? Because I'll have them right in front of me, which I know a lot of your crafters that you watch, the big names, they do their card in advance and then recreate it for you. And perhaps maybe that's what I should try to do. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to put my little tree base on here. And it has a back panel, and then it's got an etched detail panel that has etching in there. And that kind of looks like the tin Christmas tree base. That's why I went with a silver. And I've got it on there crooked, and I'm going to have to straighten it up and then pinch it, because that metallic cardstock from Spellbinders takes a minute to adhere when you use glue. So now I've got all these little scraps for my presents, and I'm going to start assembling them. And this is where I decide I want the white on the bottom. So I cut the card base apart, lay that aside, and I'm going to work with that. So I'll bring in another card base, and we'll get this laid down. So you're going to see we've got 3 layers of the 110 hammer mill cardstock there, and then that teal on top of the one. So it's going to be a very strong card base. And I'm just looking at my gifts and trying to decide how I'm going to assemble them. And the one square has some really cute etched polka dot detail on it. Super cute. And then this is the box lid. And I wanted to just kind of keep the tone, the colors all the same on everything. So I just did my packaging to match my tree. And this card actually comes out to be a very busy card. I'm on the fence as to how much I like it, because it's pretty busy with all that I get going on with it. I think sometimes you just get a little carried away. At least I do. So I'm putting my little bow on top, and your reverse tweezers are key here for this detail work with these tiny pieces. And that was a little bit longer than my gift box. I was surprised at that, because usually everything fits just perfectly. And I'll lay that bow down there. So we've got 3 packages. I'll wind up bringing some more packages in. I'm bringing in an extra bow right now because I feel like I need a bow on that little bitty package. And I'm trying to fit it on the scraps. I think it takes a couple tries to get it. I don't know. I feel like do I get all of it on this? Or I missed it. I think I missed it. And so, oh no, I guess I did get it die cut out there. I had some scraps from some of the other pieces on that die. And so we'll just get it laid down on here. And we'll have a big bow on this little bitty gift. So we're just getting all of our pieces together, and now I've got my base the way that I want it, and I'm going to get it glued down. The reason why I flipped it is once I realized I was going to use my packaging in that teal color, I knew that I didn't want it laying on the blue because they would just blend in. So that's why I decided to flip it. The packaging kind of drove that decision. And now I'm just trying to decide how I want to get all my little gifts laid down on here. And so I'll start laying them down. I'm going to bring in some of that foam, those little foam strips, and just use them up. And they're getting stuck to my fingers. And we'll get them laid down on here. I don't know if you hear that humming noise or not. I'm in my husband's man cave because he's still sleeping, and he's got a little mini refrigerator in here, and it just kicked on. And I'm going to get that laid down on there. And I'm just making sure everything's stuck down really well. And I'm adding some glue. I'm going to bring in my ornaments. And again, I used the same colors for all those ornaments. And you have you've got like bulbs, like old school bulbs. You've got some circles, and you've got some diamond-shaped ornaments. And maybe 2 types of bulbs, I think. And then just some circular bulbs. And I'm just going to get them laid down on here. And it's kind of hard to see them just because it's all the same color. So I tried to lay the color of bulb on a branch that was a different color so that you'd be able to see them. Now this is where I have decided I want to bring in some silver metallic bulbs. And so I'm going to grab all 3 of my different types of bulbs and get them laid down. And I didn't have my lower cutting plate, and I'm like, whoops, why is this not working? And I'm like, oh, you've only got 1 cutting plate laying there, so I'm having to move everything around. Yeah, get it laid down on there. And I didn't use the tape, so I had to rearrange them on there, and we'll add some silver bulbs to it. I thought maybe that might show up a little bit better. And I needed the stars too, because I thought I wanted to put a silver star on top of the tree, and then I'll use some of those stars. I die cut out some of the stars in the colored as well and added them too. You get 3 stars on this die. So I've got 6 of them cut out in silver that I'll work with. And then this is where I decided to bring in some more packaging. And so I'm using the lagoon for that, and then the lighter for the lids. And again, I didn't tape it, and I'm just trying to get part of that ribbon dye out of this lighter blue. Just kind of bouncing my dye there so the pieces will fall out. And then we'll just get these other packages assembled and get them laid down. So I am planning to go live tonight on my channel. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to work with yet, so we'll see. And I do have more of this collection that I can work with. That'll be fun. I've got some fun stuff. And I always enjoy the Christmas dyes and the Christmas materials. It's just a lot of fun, so it'll be fun to work with that. Now, instead of putting the ribbon on this, I'm just going to put a bow on this package here. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with all these pieces, parts. And I'm going to pop this one up. I'm doubling it up because this is real thin foam tape, and I put foam tape on the one that I'm going to lay this next to. So I'm just doubling it up so it'll pop up a little bit higher than the other one. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do this without a bow on it, and I because I didn't want to die cut anymore. So I just put one of those metal stars on there, and I'm going to lay it down just a little different. And then we'll bring this other package in and lay it down. And so you can see I'm kind of getting a little carried away with everything. And I'll just start adding all of these metallic elements. And this one I couldn't get to lay down, so I put some foam tape on it, stuck it down, and then later I didn't like the foam tape, so I took it off and just glued it down and held it. I think I did that afterward. I don't want my pieces parts falling off after I give somebody a card. So now we'll just add some glue and we'll lay some of those silver elements on the tree, just to add a little shine to it. Just trying to get them turned around in the right direction, laid down. And I think at that point I'm like, you probably don't need to put anything more on the tree. So I had some of those stars left over, and I thought I would just embellish the card with the stars. And so that's what I do. And I've got pretty much all my elements on there now. And then I go looking for a sentiment, and I actually had this, oh gosh, what are these called? Home for Christmas, I think, or Home for the Holidays. Better press plate that I already had pressed, and I had silver on there. And so I just die cut 3 more pieces, layered it up, and that finished off our card. I hope you like it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.